Hello Sagittarius, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Sagittarius for the week of June 6th. Now Sag, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs while the shuffling there. Just understand that I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a message from someone, that's not me, it's someone impersonating me. Do not get scammed. And let's do one more shuffle. All right, so I am using the Gilded Tarot as well as the Kipper Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below. You can also find my Instagram linked there. I'd also ask that you hit the like button and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow in a big way. And it ensures that other people who may need to see these messages have an opportunity to see the messages. All right, Sagittarius. Let's go ahead and see what we have here. All right, go ahead and put the deck up here. And then we'll also take these 3 Kipper cards to clarify as we go along. I think that looks just about good enough to me. All right, so Sagittarius. So it's interesting, right off the bat here, I believe you're one of the only people this week, and I'm almost through all of the readings, that has not had a major arcana here in the first 5 cards. Now, if you've watched my readings before, you know we always go through and we clarify with more cards. We go up the pyramid and clarify these first 5 cards to get more understanding about the reading. But it is interesting here. You have this Queen of Pentacles, King of Cups. They are not counterparts, but they are King and Queen energy, okay? And so on one hand, you know, I feel like some of you here in this week are going to potentially have, I think that perhaps there are other people's energy involved here in this upcoming week. And I also think that perhaps there could be a love situation that you're dealing with, or there could be a situation developing here. Even though we don't have what I would consider to be traditional love cards, it is just something that is maybe coming in. So let's just dive into this some more here. So in your overall message, you have the Queen of Pentacles here. And so the Queen of Pentacles is an incredibly good card for financial situations. This person has the energy of practicality, okay? Queen of Pentacles is one of the major cards associated with financial independence. They are, you know, great at budgeting. They're great at earning money. They're great at sort of not overspending. They are somebody who, you know, likes the luxuries, right? They enjoy the luxurious side of life, but it's because they can afford it, right? If they were in a position where they couldn't afford it, they wouldn't take the luxuries, right? They'd rather save so one day that they can maybe enjoy something luxurious, right? And so somebody who's practical, right? Somebody who's practical and grounded in the material, grounded in reality. So it's very good. It also is potentially, it is interesting. I'm like noticing this pillar here in the background. It's like, are some of you trying to create some sort of pillar in your life? Like, are you constructing a pillar around money? Are you constructing a pillar around health, around wealth, around something? Like, are you spending time building something or creating a pillar for yourself? Or maybe, yeah, in relationships or something along those lines. This could be any earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. It could be any earth sign. But let's just see how this unfolds here. So in the past, you have this 8 of Swords and the 7 of Wands, okay? So the 8 of Swords here, this is somebody who's sort of trapped in the limitation of their mind. Each sword represents a thought, and they are right now in this illustration here, they are trapped in their thoughts. They're trapped in their mind here. And they can't really see the way out, but they could easily get themselves out of this situation because nobody else has done this to them. All right. And so the thing is, I wonder if some of you here are a little bit, is it like discontent, or is there like some type of self-limiting belief, I feel like saying here, that's potentially not playing out in reality, but instead is playing out in the fiction of your mind in this case. And Yeah, so like the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Swords are both cards that may come forward when you're creating fiction or you're creating stories in your mind that do not exactly, that are not real, that are not grounded in reality here. And so I do wonder if maybe some of you have been doing this. You have the Seven of Wands, which is a card of competition. And the thing is, what I like about the Seven of Wands is you can't get to the seven without first being successful, because the card that comes before the Seven of Wands is the Six of Wands. So it does say that you are a success, but the thing about being a success, the thing about being successful, is that it does garner competition. Okay, it does bring competition into one's life. Many times, not always, but many times that is the case here. And so, this is a message of you standing your grounds. And perhaps with the Eight of Swords next to it, there's been a challenge, or it's been difficult for you to sort of do that, right? So in the future, you have the King of Cups and you have the Five of Wands. So we talked about how potentially there's this earth sign. Well, now we have this water sign coming in, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces type of energy here. But really the King of Cups is, and again, just friendly reminder, I do not attach gender to my cards. So these cards can be any gender, it's just energies. The King of Cups is somebody who is who's seen as a good partner. You get a feeling and a sense that this person is not only hearing you, but really listening to you when you talk to them. Somebody who's emotionally mature, somebody who's emotionally sort of has mastered their emotions. And this is somebody who's like a really good partner in one's life. Thing is, you have this with the Five of Wands here. This is another card of competition. You can see that there's a conflict going on. It's a conflict and competition card. You can see that they're competing. They're actually competing for the Six of Wands. And so it's almost like, I wonder if some of you feel like, I wonder if some of you you feel like you're competing for love. Like, I wonder if some of you are competing for another person. And what I would say is, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I know that's sort of like duh, like duh, Zane, like no duh, but can you spend, sometimes the competition is not worth it, especially if it's involving, like if you are interested in somebody, but you're like trying to figure out if like somebody else is interested in them. At the end of the day, if they choose you, they choose you. Okay, and like trying to force a situation by like moving into competitive energy is probably going to lead down the road to a not so great outcome between you and this other person, because they have to decide if, you both have to decide if you are good together, type of deal. And so let's get some more details on what this might be. So you have this Eight of Cups energy. Okay, so you have the Wheel of Fortune. You have the Six of Pentacles. And you have the Justice card. Okay, so we have these we have these two major arcanas now finally coming in, actually 10 and 11 cards progressing. So this situation is progressing, the situation is moving forward in your life. And what I love here is that the reason that this is moving forward is because you're deciding to take action, okay? The reason being is we have this Eight of Cups here in the past. They have their back turned towards what is no longer serving them. And instead, I love the Eight of Cups because instead what this person's doing is they're taking an empowered step forward. This is a card of empowerment for me when you get the Eight of Cups, and they're about to take a journey towards the Nine of Cups, towards the fulfillment of their wish. And this is really nice because the card next to it is the Wheel of Fortune. So whatever's going on here with this Eight of Swords being stuck in your mind, needing to stand your ground, you're clearly doing this here with the Eight of Wands. This Wheel of Fortune is a card of fate. It's a card of destiny. It says that luck is on your side. It says that your situation is favorable. Your favorability within the universe is increased at this time. And really what the Wheel of Fortune says is that the wheel of your destiny is spun in your direction, but you must take advantage. The Wheel of Fortune is a card of change because there's been, the wheel has spun towards you. But if you do nothing, nothing will happen. And so with the Wheel of Fortune, it is an important reminder that, the wheel will not always be spinning in your direction. The wheel will continue turning. And so when you move into periods of favorability, you want to take advantage. You want to take as best advantage of that situation as you can. And that's kind of what I feel like reminding you of here where it is like you are taking action, and maybe even inspired action. Wheel of Fortune's Jupiter energy, Sag. You are, of course, ruled by Jupiter. And you have this Six of Pentacles here. Six of Pentacles is this idea of inflow, outflow. It says that as you give, you receive. As you receive, you begin to be able to give back to others, and so forth and so on. It is a good card of karma, and you actually have scales energy here, right? So you can see the financial scales on the Six of Pentacles card, but you can also see the scales here on the Justice card. And so, this is indicating your karma within the material realm, in this case probably, or your karma between you and this person, if you were here for love. The Justice card says that at the end of the day, all parties will get the outcome they deserve. And that's what I was kind of saying to you here, where it's like, why spend your time getting into that competitive energy if you are competing over another person? It's like true love, you don't have to win them over. Like, it is what it is, right? So just keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and take a look at these three oracle cards here. So you have unexpected income, thoughts, and bad health. Okay, so this is very clear to me. So if you've seen my readings before, I don't use this bad health card as I don't like to predict like injuries, ailments, illness. I just don't do that. It's not my style. And so for me, the bad health card is typically the health of a situation, the health of a relationship, or in this case, the health of your thoughts. Okay, especially as we have this Eight of Swords here in the past. So you can see that this person's thinking a whole lot about this person on the painting. They've even painted a picture of them. They're thinking so much about them. And so are some of you just like spending a whole lot of time dreaming about what could be, or what like the possibilities that, are you missing out on something because you're spending so much time thinking about this person and your status with this person, or what could be with this person? You have unexpected income with it, which there could be an unexpected change. It might be positive between you and this person here, especially as you have the Wheel of Fortune. But the unexpected income card can also just bring like a small blessing into your life. Like, it's not like a windfall or anything like that, but it could be just a nice pay bump or a bonus, or you found a check in the mail, or like a small bonus or something like that. But let's go ahead and see what else we have here. Okay, so you have the Fool, you have the Five of Swords, and you have the Two of Swords. Boy, I have to just say, there's a whole lot of like anxious energy here, and there's a whole lot of guessing game. There's a whole lot of I just have to say, I don't mean, like, if it sounds like I'm coming at you, I'm typically on your side here in these readings, but I do sometimes call anybody out in these readings. And I know that you'll appreciate that, Sag. I'm a Sag rising. I know that you'll appreciate this. I feel like there's fiction here in your mind. It's almost like there's something here that is not exactly real. It's not exactly tangible. The Queen of Pentacles is tangibility. It is something in the real world, in the material world. Two of Swords, Eight of Swords, that's in the clouds. That's in the ether. That's not like, that's like you going back and forth. Not exactly, you see, look, you have this blindfold energy here. There's actually also a blindfold on the Justice card. So you have three blindfold messages here. Blindfold, you can't see. There are some things in life that you cannot see purposefully. There are some things in life that we will never have the answer to. And I say that as a tarot reader. And so it's almost like, for some of you, dropping the expectation of needing to know what's going to happen between you and this other person, and just allowing it to happen. Okay? Some of you fear loss here with the Five of Swords. You have this Fool energy here, which I like. Whatever's going on with this Eight of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Fool, I love that for you, because you're stepping into something new, and it's stepping into something that's powerfully new with the Fool. Let's see what else we have here. You have the Seven of Swords, and you have the Page of Cups. So the Seven of Swords does just warn of deception. It does warn of gossiping, backstabbing, cheating, but I don't think that there's cheating here. I don't feel cheating. I do feel that there's something that's just generally unclear in your life. And, you know, there's sometimes it's best to take I'm a big fan of taking action. And, I even talked about how you need to take action here. But sometimes, especially in like love situations or when another person's free will is involved, the best action is sort of wait and see. Sometimes the wait and see game or the wait and see approach might sometimes be best, especially in love. Now, for me, if you're looking to get something started in your business life or your career life, wait and see is not always the best action. And in fact, action is probably is better in this case. And so in that case, the Seven of Swords does say, build a strategy, build a game plan. This person's stealing swords, but they didn't steal the swords without having a plan in place, okay? So just some thoughts there. Now you have the Page of Cups as well, which is a romantic offer. And again, it's almost like it's coming, but like you have created like a whole novel in your mind around like what this is going to look like. At the top of the pyramid, yeah, I mean, it's coming. You have the Star. Whatever it is that you're here for, whether it's love or you're here for, work or whatever it is that you're here for, the Star says that there's clarity on the horizon. Whatever's been unclear here, whatever you can't see, because there's clearly something you can't see here. And again, I feel like there's a reason why. The Star is coming in to provide clarity of that situation. And definitely feel like this is a positive outcome here for you at this time with this Star energy. It's a wish granted, by the way, as well. You then have this Three of Cups, which is good social situations, your community, your social setting. I would say do not gossip at this time. I'm just going to throw that out there. But overall, you might be having a nice period of joy and happiness and celebration in one's life. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. I'll see you in the next reading.